last episode for the calendar year of Kicks and Curb podcast. Um, a lot of football to talk about this week for this last video of 2024. We had game week 18 and 19 played out all within a span of 6 7 days. Of course, the game between Arsenal and Brentford still needs to be played. But we just wanted to record my quick thoughts on what we saw since Boxing Day and some plans of what we are thinking of in 2025. Starting with the Manchester teams, City 1-1 draw against Everton at home, but they finally get a win against Leicester City. Um, the Leicester game, I feel like maybe Vardy would have, should have, I don't know, gotten goal, but wasn't like a fire performance by either sides. So Manchester City do look like they might have found some momentum, especially now with Kovacic back. And maybe if they were to get Zubamendi or some other key players that they might be looking at in the winter transfer window, maybe we can see a resurgence for them. But as for I think the league title race, it is a monumental task to make up a 14-point lead, and it's it's just 14 point right now, not considering Liverpool's game in hand. On the other hand, the red side of Manchester of Ruben Amorim has realized he is not that guy for United. And I do feel for him a little bit for a young manager who's 3-4-3 style, who's new. I would not even call it new, but like different style playing football was getting a lot of eyeballs with the successful campaign that Sporting was having in the Champions League and also in their own league. Um, it's hard to say no when United comes and throws money at you. A loss against Wolves, and then again another against Newcastle, and then the next game is going to be against us, Liverpool at Anfield. Ah, as a Liverpool fan, it's always good to see Manchester United not doing well. But this just, I don't know, this just seems sad. Like, because at the end of the day, it's a big iconic club, and frankly they could struggle this year to even get out of the relegation zone. And it's just baffling to me how Manchester United are trying to solve this problem of finding a successor to Sir Alex Ferguson 13 years, 14 years after he, no, sorry, 10 years after he left. It's just crazy. It just, they need to do a proper root cause analysis. I think everybody now knows the only thing common with all these managers, at least in the recent times, is the players. But I mean, I don't know. And Amorim has said that FFP is going to limit Manchester United's ability to go out in the transfer market. So Ruben Amorim is playing in this league with one of his hands tied behind his back, and I feel sad for him. I feel like Manchester United should have just signed him to come in next year. Ruud van Nistelrooy could have taken care of Manchester United, or they could have just let Eric Ten Hag do it. You kept him already. You bought him players. Just tell him you're not getting anybody else in January, and if you don't produce results, out the fuck you go. And you have talks with Amorim in the back, and if everything is sorted, just tell Amorim that, you know, just don't sign with. And I think you can put in clauses so that he's not able to. I don't think there was a rush to get Ruben Amorim, particularly I think because of the way and the way he wants to play at United, he needs players of those caliber, but also he needs time. He needs a preseason. So, I mean, it's United. So, what can you do? Back-to-back defeats for Chelsea. Really shocking since they were looking so promising. As a Liverpool fan, I was scared of them the most, and it's difficult since Neil supports Chelsea. So for those 90 minutes, I have to wholeheartedly support Chelsea. And then the minute the full time whistle goes, I'm like, can I now be a Liverpool fan for like 50 seconds and be happy that Chelsea dropped points? But I don't understand why Enzo Maresca made the changes that he made, particularly for the game against Ipswich. I think maybe he thought it was going to be a slightly easier game, and because to have Nkunku, then Noni Madueke start, Shove Felix start. I don't know. I mean, he did make the substitutions eventually, but I think it was too late. The this Chelsea side was just they were battered down. They had some unlucky. They hit. I think we only watched the first half. Neil forbade me to watch the Chelsea game after the first half, and I think that they hit the bar. They hit the post like 2 or 3 times, and then there was a goal disallowed. I think it for them it really shook their confidence. It was difficult for them to, especially when they don't have a figure like Thiago Silva, somebody who can rally the troops when the morale is down and like just motivate them to be like, come on guys, we can win this. They need a player like that. I wish Thiago Silva didn't leave because one, I love him, and two, I think this Chelsea side with a figure like that and Maresca in charge could have done something, but those are crucial points lost for them. I mean, it's not just about the title race; it's also the race to finish in top four. Um, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, and now Newcastle also only 3 points behind them. They also seem to have picked up some momentum despite being a little wobbly start to the year. I think Isak has been crazy good and clinical. So yeah, it remains to be seen what happens with Chelsea. So that's like 6 plus 2, 8. 8 points dropped in the last 3 matches. Mm, it's it's worrying, but uh, we'll see what happens with Chelsea. As for Arsenal, that was a win against Ipswich. Brentford game still to happen. And Brentford's form at home has been amazing. So let's see how Arsenal without Saka, mind you, will cope with that. But I mean, I don't really care about that result. I'm gonna focus on my team now, which is Liverpool. Um, they had a wobbly start against Leicester, but eventually we did win that game. I don't know what we were trying to do in that first half. There would have been at least like 30, 40 crosses that we were just not able to win. And Trent's corners sometimes would not even make it past the first man. But I mean, Arne Slot and his halftime talks and tweaks, and we eventually won the game 3-1. And then the West Ham game. I to be very honest, I was a little bit worried going into this game. I don't know why. West Ham seemed to have like they did seem to like have picked up a little bit of something. But yeah, like we absolutely battered them 5-0, five different goal scorers. Um, and like I think this is the first time I actually saw Arne Slot be like, "Oh yeah, this is how I want them to play." There was little that he could find fault with. I think he was still a bit disappointed that West Ham were able to kind of attack a little bit. But I mean, it's going to happen. The other team is not just going to be. I'm okay. We won 5-0. It's okay. Um. So yeah, of course, Salah being involved in like 3 out of 5. It's just who he is. It's like literally breaking records game after game. This is now the first ever player in Premier League history to get 10 plus goals and assists before Christmas. And he's passed Luis Suarez and his record of 13 goal involvements in a single month. He's 1 goal away from equalizing Thierry Henry's all-time goals. And he's on course to have like an amazing season in terms of goal contributions. So yeah, that's what it has been. Like as a football fan who was kind of getting annoyed by so many international breaks. We had like what, 3 breaks, and now that football is back, has been back for a while. I I can't get enough of it. It could also be something to do with the fact that my team is doing like it really well. But man, as much as I want our players to get rest and be prepared for the next set of games and everything, I just want to watch them play every other day. It is crazy. But yeah, that is the end of this video. And before I say goodbye, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us, whether you found us recently or you've been with us since day one. We all really appreciate it. We are working towards making more content and bringing episodes more regularly. And maybe starting in the new year, we'll also do some match watch alongs on YouTube if that is something people would want to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm definitely planning one for the United Liverpool game. I want that shit documented. I think it's going to be a crazy match. And maybe I'll do a test run during the Arsenal Brighton for game week 20. But yeah, let us know let me know in the comments if you would be interested in watching that, or if you would want to join us for these watch alongs. Yeah, that's it. Wishing you all a very happy new year. See you soon, and until next game week. Bye. If you've reached till here, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell to always know when we post new content, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.